Hey, what's up, Jabroni? Steven here, and welcome back to yet another reaction. Today, we're hopping into Firefly Objects in Space, episode 14, the series finale, the end. The show was canceled, and it's hitting me that it sucks because I really enjoyed all of these characters, and now I see what you guys all went through, and you guys were talking about how much people want this show back, and I'm just kind of like, I didn't know anything about the show really, so it kind of feeling the pain now where it's like all I got is the movie. The movie I'm sure is good. It's sort of put a nice bow on the series, and hopefully we get some nice closure and things of that nature. But I mean, it does suck that there is no proper series, like proper episode after this. But hey, man, this is usually what I do over on Patreon. On Patreon, I kind of talk with you guys or the full reaction squad and kind of give my inputs before I start the recording. But figured it's the season finale. Let's just leave us all in. You guys get to see what it is. And I'm sad. I don't know if they'll go out with somebody dying. So far, it hasn't been that kind of show. It's just been kind of a show where we meet a nice, awesome crew of people, get to know them. And it's been a nice, fun ride. I mean, some episodes with like some fear of losing people, but I don't know if anybody will actually go out in the season finale. Usually that's what happens in the season finale. The writers try to give you a big holy shit moment. I'm not sure what Joss is going to do here. Not sure if Joss actually wrote a proper ending for this series. But we'll find out. If you like what I do here and you want the full uncut, unedited reaction, you get the entire episode over there on Patreon. Full reaction style. I don't edit anything. I don't cut anything out. You guys get to see it all over there, just like this, but a lot longer. Yeah, we're gonna be watching the movie. By the time you're seeing this, the movie's already up. You get to watch the full reaction of the movie. Will also be over there. So if you want to see the entire reaction to Serenity, go over there and check that out. Sad day, man. But hey, man, what are we gonna do, man? We're gonna find out what's gonna happen. We're gonna see where things go. We're gonna see how things land. Maybe this is just like an episode, just a regular episode. It's not even an ending of an episode. I don't know. Hopefully Joss Whedon got at least somewhat of an ending to the season at least. And we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let's enjoy the final episode of Firefly. Bad day. Here we go.
But I mean, you still got the urge. They don't cut it off or nothing.
No, I'm more or less intact. I just directed my energy elsewhere.
I got stupid. The money was too good.
I don't give half a hump if you're innocent or not. So where does that put you?
It ain't impossible. St. Jane, it's got a ring to it.
Are they not seeing her? I think this isn't real. I don't think she's actually walking through here. Where are the sayings coming from? Like, why those are the sayings that they're saying? Yeah, it's all. She's not really there.
It's just an object. Doesn't mean what you think.
You know that's not
Stop yelling at her. That's gonna make it worse.
Holy
What are you
shit.
thinking? Where did you get a hold of?
Don't yell at her.
It was in my hand.
Oh, so she was actually walking. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe it was like a dream she was having.
Where's River at now?
In her room, which I'm thinking we bolt from the outside from now on.
That's a little extreme, isn't it?
Anybody remember her coming at me with a butcher's knife?
Wacky fun.
Little man.
Only if it's someplace with candlelight.
Sorry, I know she's unpredictable, but I don't think she'd harm anyone.
What the fuck is this random? Is she like a bounty hunter?
She only looked for a second and took my gun, closed her eyes, killed him.
She shot them?
All three, dead in an instant. Right after, she looked at me and she smiled like nothing was wrong. Isn't there anything about this place
It's her.
you're glad of?
Come on, don't be that dumb. Figure it out. What the actual hell? What do you got on you? Like some type of EMP? Like, attached to your body though that every alarm is like turned off? Come on. Oh. Oh shit. Mao, yell. Oh, Mao should have been yelling while he was fighting.
River?
Yeah, that would be. I'm surprised after the whole river thing, everybody's just kind of alone. I would not be alone.
River?
God, he's gonna be there. Ah!
I like this ship. Serenity. You ever been raped?
The captain is right down that hallway. Can he hear
no.
you?
The captain's locked in his quarters. They all are. There's nobody can help you. Say it.
What?
There's nobody can help me.
You throw a monkey wrench into my dealings in any way, your body is forfeit.
Oh my Jesus!
Ain't nothing but a body to me. And I can find all unseemly manner of use for it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Oh my God! He like in a few lines made everything super terrifying.
Oh.
What the hell, bro? What kind of fucking ninja? But what exactly did he lock? Oh my Jesus.
Dr. Tam, why don't you sit yourself down?
Rather die standing.
I'm a bounty hunter. I'm named Early. I'm known to some.
You're weird.
Been tracking you since the feds were tipped off on Ariel. Maybe I'll slip. Or you refuse to help me. I shoot your brain out. And I go upstairs and spend some time violating a little mechanic I got trussed up in the engine room.
Why the
I
rape?
take no pleasure in the thought, but she will die, weeping. Psychiatrists get psychoanalyzed before they can get certified. But they don't make a surgeon get cut on.
What the
Does
fuck?
that seem right to you?
I mean, interesting. Interesting, like ideals, but oh. What an interesting episode, though. I like it.
Because I think you believe I will kill people if someone upsets my plan. I'm gonna seal you in, though. You just sit.
You can still walk away from this. I know you're tired.
Oh, what the hell, dude?
Don't go visiting my intentions. You show yourself and finish this exchange, or your brother's brains will be flying every which way. You understand, I'm sort of on the clock here. It's frustrating.
You're wrong, Early. And Early? Serenity is very unhappy.
That is creepy, bro. I don't even know what the fuck is happening. He melted away and she is the ship?
The con playing games. That's somewhat unsettling.
Not scary. Yeah, it's not scary at all.
Early. Mr. Jubal Early, bounty hunter. May I call you Jubal?
Ain't nobody calls me that.
Your mother does.
Only when the job requires it.
Wrong. You're a bad liar. You crawl inside me uninvited and you hurt my crew. I see everything that passes.
I only hurt people because they keep getting in the way of me finding you. Then are you gonna come out and stop me from doing what I don't want to? You gonna be smart here, River? River? Serenity?
Oh,
He's like, what's going on? Am I supposed to?
I need you to do me a favor, Captain.
am I dreaming?
We all are. Don't make faces. I
can't tell if he's actually. fully bad. Part of me feels like he is very much all about the money and he's all talk. Like, I don't think he would actually hurt anybody. Yes, if River.
Take this guy out.
He's faster than you. Everything in here gleams.
I'll be a son of a whore. You're not in my girl mind. You're on my girl ship.
It's very interesting. All these buttons.
Okay. We're not touching those, okay? I'm not 100%.
Talk too much.
I'm flawed in that way. I sometimes go on. It's been said.
It's okay, Early. I'm going with you.
Wait, what?
River, what do you...
Don't belong. Dangerous, like you.
Holy shit.
Can't be controlled. Can't be trusted.
No.
I'll be fine. I'll be your bounty, Jubal Early. And I'll just fade away.
He's like,
Finally, something goes according to...
oh, what the fuck? No! Oh my god, look at Simon, bro. Jane. Motherfucker was sleeping the entire... Oh. What the hell? I thought he was gonna come out, but he's a Blakey. That's Kaylee's room, right?
Made the right move, darling. Best for you to go with old Early.
You think so? Some of us feel differently.
Dude. You're dead. There's literally...
Go on, get in there. Give your brother a thrashing for messing up your plan.
He takes so much looking after.
At least you got some play. I missed every damn thing.
And then it's both combined to catch him.
Yep. Here I am.
That's crazy. Joss Whedon didn't get a finale. That sucks. That like 100% sucks. All right, well, let's judge the episode. Damn it. All right, the episode was a pretty good episode. Not one of the best, but pretty good. I'm leaning towards a high 8, maybe a 9. I love the bad guy. He was super weird, super menacing in the way he spoke, but also kind of a moron in the end. Oh, for a lot of things. It's gonna be the episode was written and directed by Joss Whedon. I'll say the dialogue was on point. Loved all the dialogue. The direction was okay, not great, but okay. Let's go through the episode here and see what we can find. So the episode starts off. We'll get the whole flashback. The episode starts off with River walking through the ship, and she's kind of like seeing all these people, but they're having conversations, but they're looking at her directly. Like she's seeing them look at her directly and say something, and then go back, and then the phrases are all weird. I don't know if that came back into play later. I wonder if what she was seeing was what they ended up saying later at that dinner table. Maybe. I don't quite know, but maybe that's what happened. I don't know what the phrasing was that was said. I thought maybe she was just daydreaming the entire situation, and it wasn't that case, because she ends up waking up with like what she thought was a branch. She sees like a bunch of little trees or like leaves, right? You see the leaves. Right about here. There's a shot of her picking up, yeah, and then she sees all these leaves, and then she says something along the lines of like, it's like, she says something here, but it turns out it's a gun she was holding. It was fully loaded. We don't know where the gun came from. We don't even find out where the gun came from. Jane said it's not his. he doesn't appreciate getting yelled at for it. I mean, she doesn't like. He doesn't appreciate that it's not his fault that she somehow managed to get the gun. Did she break into the room to get it? I don't know. But she had the gun. Then we had the conversation where she's saying, talking to the, Miles talking to Simon about her, and you know, you got to keep an eye on her. You're our doctor. If you go down, we're screwed. We have nobody that can fix you. Then we jump to this random guy, a top level bounty hunter, if we're being real, at sneaking and getting on board and all that. He got on there like easy. We then hop into here. Miles is yelling at Jane about the thing. Jane's like trying to say it's not him. Jane says he never wanted them here anyway. Then Miles says, is that the way you wanted this conversation to go? This whole thing. Then Kaylee says about the gun, that she's never even fired a gun. Kaylee comes in and says, well, that's not exactly true. My man's here is just coming in. Pretty solid effects. We find a conversation. They're talking about exactly what happened. She spoke about the day that she shot a bunch of people. Essentially, he did the math, shot everybody without looking, almost as if they were playing. People don't believe her. People are starting to doubt Kaylee. Then just a bunch of like a great scene of them kind of talking about it all, having a conversation, trying to figure things out. And while this is all happening, Kaylee's down under them, hearing them. Like legitimately, when is it? I'll find a scene. There's a scene where she's under them. I can't. And she's essentially trying to like listen. Like she's standing on like the railing. Can't find the scene, but maybe it's right here. I don't know, but there's a scene where that happens, and she's on there. She's like purposely eavesdropping. Then we have this situation where you're like, oh, maybe they're finally gonna kiss. They don't kiss. The shepherd interrupts them. They're talking about he's talking about how River sees this as our home. Like this is like the only thing she's had close to a home. Then Simon says the thing that made him feel like he was at home was the hospital. She says, Katie says, is there anything here that makes you want to stay? Like, and they're about to have a moment. Shepard interrupts. Random dude gets in. Everybody goes to their bedrooms. Kinda. Miles walking around. Mao gets beat up by this guy in a very not executed well fight scene. I don't know. It just wasn't really executed well. I mean, maybe they should have just had him knock out Mao without looking. He locks some of the doors, I guess. I didn't understand the locking because most of the doors weren't locked. Then he walks on Kaylee, and then this conversation was fucking scary. He's talking about her. He was talking to her like almost like he knew her. He didn't, but like that's like the level of confidence he let off, and he was talking to her, and then he goes into like, have you ever been raped, and this whole thing, and then the Kaylee's acting here is phenomenal, where she starts to cry, and like it's a great freaking scene. I absolutely love it, and I love a villain like him, or a villain that's like menacing, and he came out very, very menacing in this scene. Then the Shepherd's not in his room either, gets knocked out pretty easily. Find it here. I believe he gets knocked out right there. Simon walks out, then another one-on-one conversation. A very weird guy. He's having these conversations with Simon. Kind of an awkward person. Having like, are you Alliance? Am I a lion? No, like that was a weird situation, but it adds to the kind of character that he is, so I appreciated it. River's not in her bed. She knew what was going down. She could sense it probably. We're looking, we're walking, everybody's knocked out. We have a situation where Nara, then she gets hit by this guy with the pistol. This whole thing. And then this whole conversation starts with the River's gone. She melted away. I am Serenity. I am the ship. Very, very interesting stuff, right? And I'm like, what's going on? Is she really the ship? Is she saying a bunch of things? She's doing a bunch of things. Like she can see them, which means that she couldn't actually see them, but she was sensing them because she was talking to them and knew what they were doing. Like the no guns, the don't roll your eye, like all this stuff. And I'm like, what's happening? interesting conversation we're having here, where River knows a lot about this guy. He's talking to him. He helps Kaylee get out of the room. This entire thing. I was like confused as to what the plan was, because like when he was fighting with Simon, Mal just wasn't around, even though he got out of the room. Neither was Zoe. Zoe, where was she? She should have been out of the room too. There was this weird moment here where he's like making these weird faces, which I don't understand here. Where like we're seeing him, but then it's like these weird, like shaking, very weird directional choices. Then he realized, wait a minute, because he says River's like essentially, saying a bunch of stuff about him. It's like, wait a minute, you're not in my head. You're on my ship. And then he becomes worried about his ship. Whole interesting conversation happens there, where River talks about leaving with him, this whole thing, and I'm like, oh wow, is she really gonna leave? Like, I wonder what's gonna happen. Simon tries to fight him off. Simon gets shot, because he's Simon. He's trying though. Respect that. And the whole conversation about earlier about that you should be shot or you should be stabbed. That surgeons should have something bad done to them, like opened up on them. That way they can know what it feels like. I thought that was a really interesting conversation. He comes out and yeah, turns out River had a plan. Mal was up here. Mal kicks him hard as fuck off of the ship. Right here. Kicks him into space. And essentially this man's gonna suffocate and die. Fucked up death. River, that was River's plan. I liked River's line here of what does she say here?
It's the popular theory.
I like that line about how like you're like crazy or whatever or something, and she's like, it's a popular theory. She's playing.
Come on, get in there. Give your brother a thrashing for messing
Right here,
up
this
your
line was good too.
He takes so much looking after.
He takes so much looking after. That's cute. It's adorable. Loved it. Then we have another moment with Inara and Mal, which I'm like, damn it, why couldn't they just end it with, like, that could have been a cool thing for them to just be together. Because now it's like this whole looming thing about her leaving. Like, oh my God, so many unanswered. I want to know how Serenity the movie is going to be able to, like, just fill in the gaps. Then we have a weird playing thing. Jane slept through the entire thing. The shepherd lying. The guy, when the shepherd got knocked out, he said, and Simon was looking in on him, like, you a defenseless old shepherd. He said, that's not a shepherd. What's that about? Very interesting stuff. And then Kaylee and River are playing a game, and she's like, I can win this. She does a bounce. She does a bounce here. And then it goes this way. I thought what was going to happen is she was going to like levitate the ball or something, but no, she just bounced it. We go down and we see this man in a very awkward, what did he say here? What did he say in that really awkward scene? That kind of felt out of place, I guess, but he does talk a lot, so maybe he will be talking to himself here.
Well, here I am.
Yeah, weird. But yeah, that's the episode. That's the series. It sucks that this is the final episode. It sucks it's not a conclusion. I hate watching shows that don't have a proper finale. That really, really bothers me. I'm glad that we got an actual, I'm very glad that we got a movie to look forward to that's hopefully going to wrap everything nicely in a bow. I wonder if we're going to get a time jump in the movie. I wonder how exactly we are going to be able to get to the point of the movie where the movie tells the story in an hour and a half, I'm guessing the movie is, and we get a proper good ending where we feel good about ourselves, feel good about the show. I'm assuming the show doesn't have a great ending for for Serenity, just because people still want the show to come back. Maybe some things don't get answered there. Maybe we have to kind of forget about some of the questions that we had. Maybe the movie doesn't answer everything. I don't know. I'm very curious. I am excited to see what's going to happen there. I'm excited to watch the movie. I'll be watching it soon. It'll be up on Patreon, the full reaction style. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Head over to Patreon, link in the description. I'll take you to the Patreon page where you can get all these episodes full reaction style, watch the entire journey. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to talk to you guys later.